પેલું કંઈક એકાદી બુક આપશો, એકાદી બુક ચાલો. નેક્સ્ટ ક્લાસ. હા તો બુક 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 જરા ઊંચું કરવા માટે. બસ ડિરેક્ટ એક મિનિટ મૂકો, જલ્દી મૂકો, પકડો, પાછું પકડી રાખો. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. ॐ पूर्णमतः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. So, at the outset, let me first congratulate and eulogize all of you for having opted to attend this kind of spiritual retreats, because coming to Upanishads, exposing yourself to this kind of knowledge, the spiritual knowledge or Upanishads to be precise, means creating a miracle in your lives. Coming to Upanishads means discovering limitlessness in this limited life. Limitlessness along with limitlessness despite having a limited body, limited mind, limited intellect. Discovering, coming to Upanishads means discovering Amrutatvam, that is immortality in this mortal life. So, you have embarked upon this kind of journey of discovering limitlessness, fullness here, right here and now. So, I wanted to congratulate all of you for having done this, because this is something very rare. It is not an accident. This is the rarest of the rarest thing to happen. This phenomena is by no means an accident. A lot has happened in terms of good karmas in your past lives, plus in this life also you have done something wondrous, something meritorious to have gained this kind of opportunity. So this phenomena shows a lot has happened in your lives. In this life too, lot is happening, and that has culminated. That has culminated into this event. Many of you must be doing this for quite some time. Some of you may be exposing yourself to this for the first time, or whatever it may be. But it is the rarest of the rarest opportunity which you have embarked. You have embarked upon altogether a new and miraculous journey. So this is what I wanted to tell you first. And now, yes, one more thing. This is what Maitreyi discovered. Maitreyi is a character, is a brilliant woman which we come across in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. She happens to be the wife of the, again, very brilliant and a dazzling sage, that is Yajnavalkya. So, when Maitreyi was offered, she is the wife of one of the two wives of Yajnavalkya, when she was offered her share of property, because Yajnavalkya is now on the brink of taking sannyasa. He is on the brink of walking away, and before that he offers his property and assets to both of his wives. The one wife took and went away, Katyayani. She took her share happily and left. And now Maitreyi, she questioned him that, "Oh sir, by the property or whatever you are giving me, kim tenaham amrutasyam iti," which means, will I, oh sir, please tell me, will I be immortal by what you are giving to me, by what you are offering? Shall I become immortal? This is her question. Very, very bright question. Yajnavalkya ji did not cheat her. He, in a very precise way, said, Amrutatvasya na shasti vittena. He says, "Oh Maitreyi, by no means can," am I audible everywhere? Yes. Amrutatva means immortality cannot be gained by vitta. Vitta there doesn't mean only wealth. Vitta means any achievement which you can imagine of. By none of these achievements, material achievements, can Amrutatva be ever gained. Then what is the use of this? She says, he said, Yathaiva upakarana jivitam tathaiva te jivitam, which means just as one lives happily, not happily but comfortably. One lives comfortably with all the comforts, luxurious items and things like that. Similarly, you will be able to live with this property which I am giving. But this doesn't contain immortality. And then she said, then of what use is this to me? Then of what use is this material things which you are giving to me? I shoot for Amrutatvam, which this doesn't have. And therefore, please share with me. Please impart to me what you have. She very well knew what her partner possessed. And that is why he was walking away. So she asked, please give me that which you possess and which makes you give up all this and abide in that. And then he, before leaving, he is imparting this knowledge to her. So this is the knowledge of that truth. So this is Amrutatvam. And all the Upanishads contain this knowledge. They may have different names, they may be different books, and knowledge may be imparted in little different ways in all the Upanishads, but content or the Tatparya, the quintessence remains the same. And what is that? Adequacy. Discovering adequacy or limitlessness right here and now. Now, as you all very well know, that Upanishads are part of the Vedas. They form an intrinsic part of the Vedas. And Vedas, as again most of you know, are the authentic source books of knowledge. The very word Veda is derived from the verbal root vid, which is in the sense of knowing, which is in the sense of knowledge, which means it means to know. From that, this word Veda is derived. And as you all know, they are not written texts. Nobody has written them. Rishis also have not written them. These are revealed texts. They are revealed by the truth itself. Call it truth, or Paramatma himself has revealed them. See, Ishvara made this creation. Along with that, he has left nothing undone. Along with the creation, he revealed the truth also in the form of the Vedas. So, as Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says very well, Asya mahato bhutasya nishvasitam yadetad rugvedah, yajurvedah, samavedah, atharvaveda and many other things, which means Asya mahato bhutasya nishvasitam. These Vedas are nothing but like the out-breath of Ishvara. Just as when we breathe out, how spontaneously it happens. There is no effort in that. It just comes out. There is no doership, no effort at all. It is nothing but Ishvara only. Similarly, these Vedas are revealed, or they came out. They are the outbreath of Ishvara himself, and all the four Vedas. In fact, it was one body of knowledge. It needed Vedavyasji to come and give it to us in a very systematic way. He edited everything for the future generation to come. Because in case this gets lost, and it did get lost, in spite of doing all this work. So he divided the Vedas in a systematic way into four: Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvaveda. Plus, these Vedas, as I said, are nothing but a manual for life. It contains everything which we need to conduct our life and ultimately reach the goal of life. And the goal can be best expressed by saying that it is nothing but total satisfaction, true happiness. Happiness which is lasting, not something which comes and goes away. So, this is what the Vedas contain. But it proceeds in a very, very systematic manner. And that is why, this is all you know, but still I just want for the people, for the students or the campers who are coming for the first time. So, it contains, Vedas are divided into, broadly it can be divided into two sections, and that is Karma Kanda and the Jnana Kanda, which in other words it is said, Dvividohi, Shankaracharya ji says, Dvividohi Vedokta Dharmaha Pravrutti Lakshanascha Nivrutti Lakshanas. So Vedas contain twofold dharma, which are the Pravrutti and Nivrutti. In other words, karma and jnana. Now, these are not two different paths of life. No, not that way. Pravrutti done in such a manner, karmas performed in such a manner that it prepares you for the final goal of life. Because it is not all of a sudden we'll be ready for that. So, Vedas teach, Vedas impart the knowledge of karma in such a way that you should conduct your life in such a way that you gradually become ready for the knowledge or the absolute truth of the life. So the first section is called Karma Kanda and the later one is called Jnana Kanda. Again, in the first section, Vedas can be now, divided into four sections. Besides these two sections, Karma and Jnana Kanda. In the first section called Karma Kanda, other three portions also can be included. And which are they? First is Samhita. Samhita is one section, one portion of the Vedas. Second one is Brahmana. And the third one is Aranyaka. So these three again falls in what? In the Karma Kanda section. It can be included in the heading of the Karma Kanda. Samhita, Brahmana and Aranyaka. Now, to be precise, what is this Samhita section? Samhita section of the Vedas include or they contain many stutis, or they are in the form of praise. There are many mantras and many hymns which are in the form of praising different devatas. So devatas or different deities are invoked, and while they are invoked, mantras are chanted. This is found in the Samhita section. Then second one is Brahmana. Brahmana has mantras or passages which are applicable while performing different rituals. Different yagas and different kriyas are performed. At that time, the mantras or the passages which are to be read out or chanted is covered in the Brahmana portion. Then the third one is Aranyaka. This Aranyaka portion contains many meditations, contains many upasanas. These upasanas pertain to different devatas. And in those days, devatas were mainly in the form of natural elements, fire and space and things, and prana and things like that. So there are meditations pertaining to them in the Aranyaka section. So this comes both karma and upasana, that is Samhita, Brahmana and Aranyaka comes within the first section. Then Upanishad comes in the second section, which is what? Jnana Kanda. Upanishads contain, as you all know, the vision of life, the ultimate and the absolute vision of life. And that is what? That there is nothing but just one, Advaita. There is just one reality. Call it Brahman, call it Ishvara, call it Chaitanya. So many different names are there. And there is total oneness between Jiva, Ishvara and Jagat. We look upon Jiva, that is the individual, and the Jagat and Ishvara is different. Here comes Upanishad and reveals that all these three are totally one. There is absolutely no difference at all, no distance at all in time or in space, in circumstance. In no way are these three different. So this is something new which is imparted by Upanishad, which shows that I am not a small individual, limited person which I take myself to be. And this is the main problem in life. If we want to describe the problem of our life, is then what will it be? That I am not fine as I find myself to be. I am not fine as I find myself to be. For everyone, the sort is somewhere else. Everybody but everybody. Everyone who has come into this life, into this earth, everybody is seeking to be something better than what they are. And what is the reason behind this? That at the core of my personality, I feel that I am not fine. My ideal is away from me. Barring wise man who abide in the truth, everyone falls in this category of what? That they are seeking. Our story of life is nothing but seeking. Seeking. We call ourselves seekers. Seekers means what? Today I do not possess. Today I do not find what I like to be, what I like to have. is away from me. And that is why there is a constant struggle. There is a constant seeking, unrest. There is unrest in life. And here comes Upanishad and says, no. Your this belief, your this ideas about yourself are nothing but notions. They are not the truth. And what is the truth? You are already full. You are already limitless. You are Brahman. Brahman means all encompassing, all pervasive. So that is what you are. This is the Tatparya. This is the theme of the Upanishads, and which forms the last portion of the Vedas in the Jnana. It comes in the last portion, and that is why we call this subject Vedanta. Vedanta, this word, what it means is what is found at the end of the Vedas. This is one meaning. The other meaning is Anta, Vedanam Antah. Anta also means the last portion plus. Anta also means that it is the quintessence, it is the main vision, it is the main thing. The Tatparya of the Vedas is what? That you are already full. So that is why also it is called Vedanta. So this is what the Vedas are. And Upanishads are found in the Vedas, in the last portion. There are more than, it is said, more than 300 of Upanishads, of which many are lost. Just imagine. For these things to get, they get to, not having them with us now. What a tragedy. Many are lost. Of these Upanishads also, 10 are supposed to be the most important. Not that others are not, because as I said, all the Upanishads have just one theme. This is what Veda Vyasji emphasized upon in Brahma Sutra. That just because there are more Upanishads and their style of teaching may be a little different, doesn't mean that the theme is different. This is what he emphasized upon in Brahma Sutra. Okay, so as I said, yes, Upanishads there are a number of Upanishads, but 10 are supposed to be the major ones. Why? Because Sri Shankaracharya Ji Maharaj wrote commentaries upon them. He selected the 10, which are those 10: Isha, Kena, Katha, Prashna, Mundak, Mandukya, Aitareya, Taittiriya, Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka. These 10 are supposed to be the most important. From the standpoint of imparting knowledge, these Upanishads contain everything. This 10 contains everything which a student needs to know as far as Brahma Vidya is concerned. Not that others are not, but those small other Upanishads may not have everything in them. So these are the main. And of them, traditionally, the first Upanishad which is taught is Ishavasya Upanishad. That is why also Ishavasya Upanishad holds a very important place. Okay. Now, all the Upanishads, all the Vedas, all the 4 Vedas have Upanishads. Just to tell you that main Upanishads are found in all the Vedas. Let us begin with Rigveda. Rigveda contains which famous Upanishads? Aitareya and Rigveda contains, these are again divided by Veda Vyasji, there's 4 Vedas. Okay, Rigveda. Rigveda contains Aitareya Upanishad and Kaushitaki Upanishad. It's not very famous but very interesting. So that is what Rigveda has. Then coming to Samaveda. Samaveda has again very important, we cannot say most because all the Upanishads fall in the same class. But Samaveda contains 2 major Upanishads. Which are they? Chandogya, very good. And Kena. Chandogya and Kena Upanishad is found in Samaveda. And again, our famous Mahavakya, the big statement, Tattvamasi is found where? In the Chandogya Upanishad in the 6th chapter, Mahavakya. Okay. Then Ruga, Sama. Then we go to Yajurveda. Again, Yajurveda has two recensions, which are the Shukla and Krishna Yajurveda. Shukla Yajurveda is prevalent in north of India, and Krishna Yajurveda is prevalent in the south of India. Now, Shukla Yajurveda has, as I said, two important Upanishads. Which are they? Brihadaranyaka, very good. And Isha, which we are going to do. So Shukla Yajurveda contains Isha Upanishad and Brihadaranyaka. Here again, I would just like to mention, by the way, that some Upanishads are Mantropanishad and some are Brahmana Upanishad. So mantra is supposed to be more precise and succinct. So Isha is Mantropanishad. And Brahmana is exposition upon that. It elaborates upon that. So Ishavasya Upanishad is Mantropanishad on which Brihadaranyaka elaborates. So it is Brahmana Upanishad. Okay? Then we go to Krishna Yajurveda. Which are the Upanishads, major Upanishads found in Krishna Yajurveda? Kathopanishad and Taittiriya. Kathopanishad and Taittiriya Upanishad. Again here, I would like to say that this Yajurveda has again within it two branches, which are the Kanva and Madhyandini. In both, in Shukla and Krishna Yajurveda, again you will find two branches. That is Kanva and other is Madhyandini. Now, Bhashyakara, Sri Shankaracharya Ji Maharaj has written Bhashya upon Ishavasya, which is found in the Kanva section. And that is why we follow that, because we are coming from that parampara. Even in Brihadaranyaka also he has written Bhashya upon Kanva. So that is what we follow. There is Madhyanis. There are some differences in chanting in the Kanva and Madhya. This was just by the way. Then we come to the final Veda, the fourth one, and that is Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda has the major number of Upanishads in that. And which are they? Prashna, Mundak, Mandukya and Kaivalya. Of course, Kaivalya is not included in those 10, but it is very, very famous Upanishad. In fact, sannyasis are supposed to chant that every day, Kaivalya Upanishad. So, Atharva Veda has this major 4 Upanishads. Coming back to our Isha now, having given this summary of the Vedas, now we come to Isha Upanishad. Ishavasya, as I said, is found in the Shukla Yajurveda. Again, something very specific about Isha Upanishad is this, that as we just roughly said, that all the Upanishads are found in the Jnana section, Jnana Kanda, but here is an exception. Why? Because Ishavasya Upanishad is found in the Samhita section of the Upanishad. In the Samhita portion, it is found. Now, you must have heard about Arya Samaja. Arya Samaja, whose proponent was Dayananda Maharaj, Swami Dayananda, not our Swamiji, but the one who is, Dayananda. The Arya Samaj comes from him, and they believe only in the Samhita section. They are devoted and followers of, they follow only Samhita section of the Upanishad. They give Pramanya. They accept the Pramanya, the validity only of the Samhita section. And that is why, since this Upanishad, Ishavasya, is contained in the Samhita section of the Veda, they accept Upanishad. So this is one Upanishad which is accepted by them also. Otherwise they don't accept rest of the Upanishads. So that is why also the importance of this Upanishads become very, very significant. Okay, then it is, and it forms the, just for your information, this Upanishad forms, Ishavasya forms the 40th chapter, to be precise, 40th chapter of the Samhita portion of the Shukla Yajurveda. And it is traditionally learnt first. Plus, it is the smallest, barring Mandukya. Mandukya has only 12 and this has 18 mantras. But this 18 mantra contains whatever we need. It contains the entire manual for life. How to prepare, the road map to take you to the goal, the final destination. Everything is contained in Ishavasya Upanishad. And the name that it gets, Ishavasya Upanishad, is, there is no big deal about it. It is from the very first mantra. The very first mantra, which gives you a lofty vision, which we'll be doing, that there is, that you must look upon the entire creation as nothing but Ishvara. Because not that you look upon it that way, it is, and we don't see it that way, so you better clothe the entire creation with Ishvara. So that we will be doing. So from the first word, Isha, this comes the name, nomenclature, Ishavasya Upanishad. This sages, they never bothered about the names. They never left their names also in the Upanishad. They just grasped the truth. And their identity, there is nothing, there is no separate identity for them other than Ishvara. They've completely merged their ego in the truth. So, no, you will not find the name of any rishis. Even though they received the Upanishads, they received the truth, but you will never find any imprint or any names of the Upanishads. Okay, so this is Ishavasya Upanishad. Plus, the source, it is said, we'll find that, the main idea or the main theme of the Bhagavad Gita is found from Ishavasya Upanishad. Two Upanishads, Kathopanishad and Ishavasya Upanishad, has an indelible mark upon Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan has drawn, Lord Krishna has drawn most from Kathopanishad as well as from Ishavasya. Ishavasya, as we will be seeing, talks about pravritti and nivritti. And Bhagavan also, you find in Bhagavad Gita that Bhagavad Gita has both Brahma Vidya as well as Yoga Shastra. At the end of each chapter, Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. So Gita, which is the dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. And in this, what do you find? In Bhagavad Gita, what do you find? Brahma Vidya plus Yoga Shastra. Brahma Vidya means knowledge of the truth. And Yoga Shastra means the means to prepare yourself for that knowledge. So Bhagavan doesn't leave you high and dry. He gives you the destination, plus also shows you the path, also shows you how to prepare yourself for that knowledge. So Bhagavad Gita has this too, Brahma Vidya and Yoga Shastra. But the root of that is found in the Ishavasya Upanishad. Everywhere, but mainly we find the clear-cut division in Ishavasya Upanishad. So that is why also this Upanishad is very, very important. If we briefly divide or briefly mention or describe the subject matter of all the 18 mantras, then the arrangement will be as follows. See, the very first mantra contains the vision of life. It gives you the perception of how you should look upon the world. So that is contained in the first mantra. Now the second mantra. So first mantra talks of Jnana Nishtha, and if you are not ready for that, it's quite possible. We may not be ready. So we have to prepare ourselves for that. So the second mantra gives you the method whereby you can prepare yourself, living your life in such a manner, conducting yourself, your attitudes in such a way that you gradually become ready for the loftiest vision, the last word in the knowledge that there is nothing but Ishvara. So the second mantra does that. Then the third mantra of Ishavasya Upanishad, I'm just briefly telling you this. The third mantra is in the form of censure. It condemns, third mantra apparently condemns those who do not fall in the category of the first mantra, and also in the category of the second mantra. Why? Because they are just given to sense pleasures. They just look upon life as nothing but just enjoying the objects of the world, just devoted to bhoga. So the third mantra is as it were bhoga nishtha. First is Jnana Nishtha, second one is Karma Nishtha, and third one is Bhoga Nishtha. The Upanishad is not interested in condemning for the sake of condemning. No, it is to eulogize. It is to show that how the first two are good. How those who follow the vision of the first two mantras, to praise them, this one the third fellows are sort of condemned. So this is first three mantras. In fact, the entire Upanishad is contained in this first three mantras. Then from 4 to 9, mantra 4 to 9 elaborates upon the theme of the first one. No, 4 to 8, sorry. 4 to 8 elaborates upon the theme of the first mantra. Having done that, then 9 to 15, from mantra 9 to 15, you find 9 to 14. 9 to 14. From mantra 9 to 14, Upanishad elaborates upon the theme of the second mantra, Karma Nishtha, whereby you are shown how to strike a balance in life between karma and upasana. Upasana there means meditation of the devatas. So there should be balance in your life between performing actions and also leading a religious life, which means meditations and worship. Don't just give yourself only to action from morning to end, to the evening, morning to end, just working workaholics. No. At the same time, Upanishad says, don't just keep on meditating the whole day. Here by meditation, I am not talking about meditation upon Atma. It becomes spontaneous. That is different. Here, meditation upon the deities. Meditation to become something. So, Upanishad doesn't want that. So, it asks us, it teaches us to have judicious combination of karma and upasana in our life. Why? There is a reason behind that. So that you get the best, you derive the best from karma also, and you derive the best from the meditations also. Because both these are needed for our well-developed personality. In our personality there is action also. One, we have active personality and we have emotional personality also. So one should not be cultivated at the cost of the other. Understood? No, therefore there must be good combination of both, so that I get best from this as well as this. That is why we look at the way Upanishad teaches like a mother. We will be seeing this. Like a mother wants, if the child is studying all the time, you play also. If the child is playing all the time, you study also. And will compare and do all kinds of. Mother knows the best. Shruti is the mother of the mother. Upanishads are called Shruti, which is heard. which is heard. That is why it is called Shruti. Shruti is the mother, even of the mother. So it knows how to teach. So mantras from 9 to 16, does 9 to 14, I'm sorry, elaborates upon the theme of this second mantra. Then in the last 4 mantras, that is 15 to 18, comes the prayer, beautiful, divine prayer of a dying person, of the one who is now parting, one who is now ready to go, knows that death has come, and then he prays. He has worshipped all his life, he has done whatever is to be done in the life, and now he shoulders, he gives all his responsibility with a sense of right. I have done for you for my entire life, now you do. Now you take over. Sort of, he prays before the Ishvara. Now you take over and do my best. Now it is your responsibility. In short, last 4 mantras are in the form of a prayer. Indirectly, it says how you should live. Because at the last moment, Anta Kale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. One who Bhagavan has said in the Gita, and it is true also, that at the last moment, one who passes away remembering me gets the best. But when will his memory come? When will I remember him? I will remember only that which I have been engrossed in my entire life. What I have been doing and thinking and deliberating upon in my life automatically finds a place at the last moment. And so indirectly, Upanishad is telling us how you should live your life, how one should live one life. So in short, this is what the 18 mantras contain in short, and we will be talking about that in this coming 8 days. Okay. Having given you the brief summary of Ishavasya, now we will just touch upon. See, we have few days, few talks, and we have to cover so much. So in brief, I'll be touching upon each and every aspect. So we'll be studying Upanishad. Now Upanishad, the word itself, what is the meaning of this word Upanishad? For those who know the language, Sanskrit language is so masterly, in the masterly manner the words convey. So those who know Sanskrit, for them this word itself, the word Upanishad itself conveys what the Vidya is, what is the subject matter, what it will do to you, where will it take you. All this is conveyed by the very word Upanishad. Then of course the text is going to do this. That is why the text gets the name Ishavasya Upanishad. But the main meaning of the Upanishad itself, the word itself means Brahma Vidya. How? Let us see this. See, this word Upanishad is derived, as most of the words are, is derived from the verbal root sad. Verbal stem sad. Dental sa. Dental, see this, there are 3 sa in Sanskrit, which if we don't pay attention, we mispronounce. We mispronounce. Where we have to use sa, we say sha. See, there are 3 sa. One is where you use your dental part. Articulation comes from there. Other sha is cerebral, sha, which Upanishad has, sha, shaka. That is from articulated from cerebral, from here. Then there is the third one, which is palatal, which is sha, sha of Shankara. So that is palatal. So from this, so here the verbal root is sad, dental intonation is there. Now this verbal root sad has 3 meanings. Which are those 3 meanings? First meaning is Visharanam. This is very important. You can make some notes so that you may find these things. Yes, you may find, but in different places. So it's better, just quickly So, sad, one of the meanings of this verbal root sad, the first meaning is visharanam. Visharanam means it loosens. It loosens. That is one meaning, first meaning. Then the other meaning of this stem sad is what? It destroys, avasadhanam. Avasadhanam means destroys. And the third meaning of this sad is gati. Gati means it takes you somewhere. So these are the three meanings of the verbal root sad. Visharanam, second one, avasadhanam, third one, gati. These are the three meanings. So it first loosens, it then destroys, and it takes you somewhere. Okay, but these are all the meanings of the verbal root. Now as you know, as you have seen, Upanishad is formed by appending two prefixes, upa and ni. The word has three things, upa plus ni plus sad. So upa and ni are prefixes which means something. What is the meaning of, which conveys the meaning? What is the meaning of the first prefix upa? Upa is in the sense of samipa, that which is proximate, that which is close. Upa means something which is close. Now the question is, how close? You are all close to me. Table is closer than you all. This cable is even closer than that. My body is even closer than that. My mind is closer than that. Even ego is the last word in being proximate. More than that, self. In fact, you can't say the self or Atma being close, because there cannot be anything more close than it. That is what you are. So this Upanishad means the subject matter here is about something which is most proximate. It is the knowledge, it will be giving the knowledge of the self, which is my very self. So that is conveyed by the prefix upa. Then what kind of knowledge will it be? That is conveyed by the other prefix, and which is that? Ni. What is the meaning of this ni? Nishchitam jnanam, which means the kind of knowledge that it will impart will be a certain knowledge. It will not be something vague. I think so, or maybe no. What Upanishad says will have to be crystal clear. Nishchitam jnana, ascertained knowledge, and that is imparted by the prefix ni. Okay, upa plus ni, and then there was sa, but that was sa, dental sa. But because of the rules of sandhi, this sa, because it is preceded by ni, e, it gets converted into sha, that is cerebral. Have you seen in Upanishad, you find sha, which is articulated from here, cerebral. So that it was earlier sad, dental. It gets converted into cerebral. Why? Because of the rules of the sandhi. Then, okay. Then now, important thing is following. This is the verbal root. Verb means to do. It is kriyapad. But unless and until it does something to us, nothing is going to happen. So now this verb has to be converted into an agent of doing. Into an agent of doing. And that is done by again appending a pratyaya called quip. Quip pratyaya, which is a pratyaya. Now to sad, just don't worry about this, but since we are teaching this and we are knowing about this, it becomes my duty to tell you all this. So to sad dhatu, quip pratyaya, quip prefix, suffix, quip suffix is applied, which is a pratyaya, which, note this, which converts the verb into noun. Which converts the verb into noun. And now when it gets converted into noun, it becomes an agent of doing something. Just as in English, to make it more easy. Just as we have drive, to drive, to that we apply er. To that when we apply er, then it becomes driver. Walk, walker. So now walker means the one who walks. Walk means to walk. Anybody can. But er means this person is walking. So that converts, er pratyaya converts verb into noun. Similarly, here, the nature of the quip pratyaya is such that it is applied and then it disappears. It gets applied, you apply it and then it disappears. Just as when I use the word cook. Now cook means the one who cooks also is not called cooker. We don't call him cooker. He is the cook, means he cooks. Even though cook is a verb, but to that er pratyaya is applied in such a way that the meaning that gets conveyed is that one who cooks. So that pratyaya is there, er is there, is understood to be there, and then it has disappeared. Similarly, now this sad, to that when this quip pratyaya is applied, now it becomes someone who does something, and then it has disappeared. So now in Upanishad, when this is applied, now Upanishad is ready, all ready to do something. And what will it do? Now what will it do? Tell me. All of you wake up. What was the meaning of the verbal root? Visharanam, Avasadanam and Gati. So now it is all ready, all equipped to do this. What will it do first? Visharanam. Visharanam means it will loosen up. We have all kinds of notions which have emerged from ignorance of past so many lives, beginningless lives, We have accumulated so many, I'm this and I'm that and I'm this small and limited and poor and this, so many. All of them, when you first listen to Upanishad, you get it in your mind, you get it in your brain, and then slowly it starts working. So it begins to loosen. If you are sincere, if you listen well, and if you are determined to have this knowledge, the loosening process begins. So Visharanam has begun. Then a time comes when this knowledge, time comes when it gets formed up. Oh yes, what it says makes sense. I cannot be this body. And all the limitations belong to the body, belong to the upadhi. And I am not that. I am full. So now all the notions which were born of ignorance, which were very, very well established, urdhva moolam adashakam ashwattham prahuhu, it has become like that strong fat tree. These notions were very hard to go. But because of following this, constant listening, constant reading, Paunav punyena shravanam kuryat. They say, I know Ishavasya, I know Gita, I know everything is fine. Somebody told Swamiji that I have gone through all the Upanishads. Then Swamiji asked him, but have the Upanishads gone through you? I have read this, that, everything. But have they gone through you? When will they go through us? When avasadanam happens. So keep on, it is not a matter of day or two. Years also, lives together. Sometimes, as Lord Krishna says, Aneka janma samsiddha tato yati param gatim. This is not the work of 1 or 2 lives. For Nachiketa it may be. We may feel, Nachiketa knew it right there. But imagine the kind of work that he has done in the past lives. Not in miracles. Yeah, it begins to happen. But culminates when paradigm shift happens from being an individual, taking myself to be an individual to Brahman, not a joke. So, first is Visharanam, then Avasadanam. A time comes, I am Brahman, without any doubts, one can say, without hesitating. That happens. And then finally, what happens? Gati. Gati means takes you. Takes you where? To Swarga? Takes you where you? Takes you to yourself. It is praptasya prapti. Attainment of what is attained. See, there are two things in life. Karma means attain, apraptasya prapti. Taking me to thing which I do not have. When I came to Rishikesh, I came from either Chennai, from Bangalore, from Ahmedabad, from different walks of life. I came here. But I came. I covered the distance in time and space. But here, that is apraptasya prapti. Rishikesh was not available to me, but I covered the distance. It was away from me in space, also in time. And sometimes things are away from us in circumstances also. But that is apraptasya prapti. That becomes the subject of karma, of action. But here knowledge. Knowledge means what? It is attainment of, this should be very clear. This is the name of the game. Success. Success in terms of knowledge will happen only and only when we start with this orientation. What orientation? Praptasya prapti. What I want to attain is not away from me. It is myself. And I have to manifest it. I have to discover it. I have to discover it. And that can be discovered only and only when the right bent of mind is there. If I keep on looking outside, no, after doing this much, then I will become Brahman. After I do this much pranayama, this much dhyana, at Ganga, at the Ganga, sitting near Ganga or in Himalaya, then something will, no. Atma you already are. Brahman you already are. Ishvara you already are. Only thing that is creating a distance between you and Brahman, you and Ishvara is what? Ignorance. Ignorance. Something which is not concrete. Something there is no real distance. Just as the mala is in my neck and something goes wrong with me, some chemical disturbance, supposing, and I keep on looking for it, and then the child or some may come, Swaminiji, mala is right here, you have it. Then what did I do to gain this? That I did not have it was also here, notion, and that I have it here is also what? Nothing new. Nothing new, but that it was away from me, that I have to acquire it, is removed by the words. Which were, when can the words bring you to yourself? When the thing is right here with you. When you have it, words merely illumine that. Words cannot take you somewhere. Words reveal to you what you already are. That is how Shabda becomes Pramana. Shabda is Pramana here. Just as this really happened, that Puja Swamiji was coming from Delhi to Dehradun in a flight. And there was one person from US also coming in the same flight. Both of them were sitting together in the close by. Then Swamiji initiated the talk. Then he said, "Where are you going?" Then he said, "I am going to Rishikesh to meet Swami Dayananda." I am going to Rishikesh to meet Swami Dayananda. Then Swami said, "I am Dayananda." Now what did that person do to discover Dayananda? Words, he was already with him, but still looking for him. Still thinking that I'll go there, then seek an appointment. Maybe Mahatmas may not give. So I'll have to pass through all that, and who knows, I may find him, may not get a chance to meet him. And what did the words throw light upon? You are that. I am Dayananda. So these words created the knowledge. Similarly, I'm all the time Brahman. Even when I take myself to be helpless, Nobody looks at me. I'm the most insignificant creature. People, why so much depression? Things are increasing day by day. More person knows, more person gains, the depression increases. This is the story. And we need this. All the while, when I think of myself in such a lowly manner, right there, Brahma is embedded. Right here. Words just throw light upon this. And this is Gati. So you're not taking you somewhere in time or space, but helping you to discover what is right here. So words can do this. And this is conveyed by the very word Upanishad. The very word for the Pandita, one who knows this, the very word Upanishad means this knowledge. Then of course, the text is also given the name. Ishavasya Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, Mandukya, so many other names. But Upanishad, so this is in brief introduction to the word Upanishad. And now, from tomorrow, we shall proceed with the Upanishad proper. And first thing that we will do is Shanti Mantra. Now this Upanishad, again, let me tell you this. Before the study of the Upanishad or Gita or anything, we chant a Shanti Mantra, which is in the form of prayer. Now the Shanti Mantras, which are chanted before the study of the Upanishads, are also not same everywhere. Shanti Mantras, the Upanishad, the Vedas to which the Upanishad belongs, the Shanti Mantra of that Veda is to be chanted. Now here, which Veda does this Ishavasya Upanishad belong to? Shukla Yajurveda. Shukla. So the Shanti Mantra of Shukla Yajurveda will be chanted first. So, and here the Shanti Mantra is Purnamata, Purnamidam. Most wondrous, of course all of them are. But that we will be doing first, and then we will enter into the Upanishads. So this is how we will proceed. In short, we will be doing Ishavasya Upanishad. The Upanishads are the last name in knowledge. There is no more to gain, no more to change, no more to reach, no more of anything. This is the last word. And that is what Upanishad is. So that we will be planning. Okay? Thank you. Om Purnamatah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanta Shanta Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.